Let's take a look at the Vortex Indicator on the Infinity AT charts. Now I've put the Vortex Indicator at the lower level here of the chart interface, and we see it's a E-mini S&P September 2019 candle chart. The Vortex, it's a volatility adjusted. The Vortex is a volatility adjusted trend indicator. That's the category. And the green lines represent uptrends. The red lines represent downtrends. Okay. And the idea here is when these things cross, and I've kind of shown with the white horizontal line where they cross, it suggests a change in trend. And actually, in this example, there's some pretty good examples of changes in trend where it actually works. So a green cross under, right? It's called the VI plus line, goes under the VI minus line, and we'll talk about what those mean in a minute. That would suggest the trend is changing from up to down. When the VI plus line crosses up above the VI minus line, that suggests the trend is going the other way. It will reverse and go up, go higher. Now it's not perfect, right? You could see by the chart it's not perfect, but it does make some good suggestions. And a lot of times people use it in conjunction with other indicators, as an example, MACD or something like that. I'll throw a MACD up in a second, but I want to point out when you have wide separation for a longer period of time, it also confirms the trend, right? So we have the green way above after the cross, the green line, the plus line way above. Actually the 1.1 line, you can see that light gray line there is 1.1, and right below it that light gray line is 0.9, and you can see that separation is consistent with a longer term trend. The trend's continuing until, of course, it runs out of gas, and then it reverses. The 1.1 and the 0.9 line is important because a lot of times you'll have peaks like this coming up here, but it doesn't penetrate. We never cross above that line, so it's a less significant of an indicator. And like I said, you could add I don't know, let's add a MACD to this. Go ahead and select that, and try to get double confirmation actually of move this up a little bit, of a signal, and you could do stuff like that to kind of validate. So let's take a look at the formula. Here's the formula for the Vortex. VI, negative VI over X periods, my example is 14, equals negative VM of X periods divided by the true range of X periods, and positive VIX equals VMX divided by true range of X, and I'll tell you what those are. The minus VM, which would be up in here, which would be this part of the equation, is simply the absolute value of the current low minus the previous high. The positive VM is defined as the absolute value of the current high minus the previous low. And to get the minus VMX, you're going to actually add all those up for all 14 of them for the time frame. So you'll add those up. The same with the plus VM. You'll add all 14 of those up, and those will go in the numerator of this equation. The denominator is true range, and true range is simply the greatest of the current high minus the current low, or the current high minus the previous close, or the current low minus the previous close. And again, those are absolute values, right? So they're all positive. And then TR, you just simply sum those up over the 14 periods or 25 periods or whatever, however many periods you're working off of, and that's the denominator of the equation to come up with minus VI or plus VI. Okay, and again, the analysis is when we see crosses, the plus VI crosses above the minus VI, there's a potential uptrend. If VI stays above, it helps confirm the trend. The minus VI crosses above the VI potential downtrend, and if the minus VI stays above, it helps confirm the trend. And if they're close together, hovering around 1, it could be considered a lack of trend or consolidation. And again, typical period is 14 days. I've seen people use 14 periods, I should say, not necessarily days, but 14 periods. I've seen traders and analysts use 25 as another kind of popular way to go. So that's the Vortex. It's easy to add through the studies area. It's easy to adjust through the studies area on the Infinity AT charts. Feel free to try this out in real time with the real-time practice account on Infinity Futures. Hopes that helps. Have a great day.